siamo.
Okay, we're ready for the top four. The
Top
first
four.
semi-final, Graziano with Blue-Red Twin against Di Vincenzo with Junk. We saw both players in the feeder match area before.
We are two Italian guys. And the other bracket, I remember we got Ivan Van Loon with Kiki UVR against Pascal Wagner with
Storm.
Blue Red Storm. So
We didn't. We choose this matchup because Blue White Red Twin against Storm. I could actually bet money on Storm to go in the finals.
yeah, and also it's not a good match to comment on.
Yeah, it's
On a
also
feeder
it's
match.
also like there's not much interaction between the Kiki deck and Storm. So we decided to bring this matchup here. We saw Di Vincenzo beating Kadei's Blue Red Twin before, so we're gonna see if he can do it again. I would say both decks actually have a decent matchup against Storm, possibly a decent matchup against Storm in the finals.
Yeah, so we got a matchup that is, as someone requested, we got a twin. We got a twin in play, and so we were happy to see him, I think. And Di Vincenzo, we already seen it beating Angelo Cadei with twin. So it's 50-50, 60-40, 40-60 matchup.
Yeah,
It
it's a very
depends,
balanced matchup. If I had to take a pick, I would rather be on the twin side of things, just because I like playing with islands.
Yeah.
But we saw before that most twin deck lists have a real struggle against abrupt decay.
Yeah. Because with decay open, you have to do to end against junk. You cannot do a lot. You cannot accumulate too many cards in hand for third sides, for Liliana, for the lingering with flashback. So it's not easy to make card advantage against junk. So you have to we see before that Angelo with Caranos putting in serious danger Di Vincenzo, but Angelo was quite unlucky with his.
He was actually quite unlucky. He started flooding and
Started flooding.
kept revealing lands and lands and more lands.
And anyways, let's see how his game will keep. And we don't at the moment have a deck list, but we can say we've seen both the deck list before, and we can say we are a classic list. There's no particular, elements. We know that Graziano, if it is not common, plays I remember the name, the card that transforms a land in an island with a draw card.
Yeah, he does have
It's,
a few spreading seas,
Spreading Seas. Sorry.
which are a decent card against treetop villages, against eventual
Against Tron,
against Tron, against other decks. It's a decent card.
against Amulet Bloom. It's not a bad card. It could be in the first game. It could be good. More in some case that other cards that are put in a situation.
Okay, let's try and have
Let's
a
try
look
to
at
sell quick of the
both
hands.
players' hands. Di Vincenzo is the one who's gonna play first, I think.
We see the end of Graziano now.
Graziano's hand is actually a
Decent hand, yeah.
It does have two lands,
He's got a
couple
bolt.
of balls, Spreading Seas,
Peak.
and Serum Vision. So we see things from his perspective.
And now,
So we're gonna just lead with Serum Vision.
as Di Vincenzo is I mean, was used to. It doesn't start with a discard.
We can see his hand. He has a buff to Hexel. He has a Siege Rhino.
End of turn, Graziano he fetches for a land in yeah, a godless shrine, I think, and maybe he's got.
Does he have a turn to play?
Yeah, I don't know.
Does
He's got a
not.
Liliana.
It does not, but he does have an abrupt
Two
decay.
Liliana.
He does have an abrupt decay, just in case.
A quick combo from
Just-
Graziano.
Yeah.
Graziano now he plays
Graziano
the second
has
lane.
got the opportunity here to stay open with Remand,
Rayman,
or
Mana Leak.
just say go.
Yeah.
Just say go with Remand, or try and play the Spreading Seas on a land.
Yeah.
But we saw that Di Vincenzo just threw a Liliana of the Veil.
Yeah.
So, in this situation, if he just goes for it,
Hmm.
and he actually does. He
Serum
actually
Vision?
plays Serum Vision
Hmm.
instead, digging for an end.
Yeah. He
Uh,
wants a land. I don't know. if it's the correct play.
I'm not sure about this play.
I was open with Remand for Lingering Soul or Liliana now.
Because the thing is, like, he also has a peak. So he doesn't have to play
Force
the
free
yeah,
play,
exactly. Like if Di Vincenzo has a turn free play, he can just play Remand, and if he doesn't, he can still play peak.
Yeah, obviously. And it's quite obvious that Di Vincenzo has a turn free play.
He must
because
have a turn free play
he
because it's
must
like
have,
you
because he,
wouldn't.
because he, at what
obviously,
hand he kept.
why would you keep a hand in which you don't have?
We don't have a toad side, you
no
don't
action
have any
the first
cause,
free hand.
you don't have a two spell. I mean, you cannot keep an hand with free Siege Rhino. So,
You might have as well like kept a border
Yeah.
like hand
Yeah,
with
but
like
he
four
must
lands,
have
two
Lingering
Siege
or
Rhinos,
Liliana in his hand.
and
Yeah, and now he's gonna get into Liliana and doing her advantage because he's gonna discard Lingering Soul and he's gonna fulfill his plan to but the ideal plan against Twin is putting Liliana and the token of Lingering and try to put pressure
yeah.
and control element. So now he's gonna and this Graziano chance, but I will not be
So
happy.
basically,
I will not be happy if I'm him.
well, you're probably just gonna bolt it end of turn.
He's gonna pick.
He has to do something about this Liliana, so it does peak.
He picks and want to see there's a Siege Rhino, there's an Abro Decay, there's a Path to Exile maybe, and there's a Lingering. I see better. Yeah. And Graziano he's got two balls, he's got something to play but not enough to face. Yeah. Obviously now he's gonna get a +1.
It's a very strong move.
Liliana plus Lingering.
honestly,
is strong.
It's quite 3-for-1 because lingering is a spell playable. And
Yeah, for that reason, because you know that play is what
So
no
he's
90%
actually
that play. He didn't have to do that Serum Vision
Yeah,
sorcery.
he was just too greedy playing that Serum Vision.
Yeah.
I mean, he could just say
You
go
can
and
just
play
say
Remand.
play
And,
Remand.
if the opponent doesn't play a spell, you can just go peek end of turn.
Yeah, you get pick and you get in now. He's in a bad situation.
Now he's in trouble. Now he's in trouble because
In trouble?
he's holding a Remand that he's probably not going to be able to use. I mean, he's going to be able to use it, but not as effectively as Remand in a Liliana on turn 3.
Yeah. And now Vincenzo's got outsides.
Yeah, Vincenzo
His
just
drawing is always good, Di Vincenzo. He's used to draw good cards. So now he's gonna talk sides. He's gonna talk sides for Talk size, and now now Graziano is in trouble because he's got two bolts, but he's got another land. He's got maybe a Vendilion click. I don't see very well, but and now
I'm trying
now
to think.
Graziano.
I'm trying to think exactly what is Graziano thinking about.
I think he's got a Vendilion click. I don't know. It shows a remand. Shows a telling time. Cryptic command, bolt, and a land and another card between remand and telling time, but I don't know. I don't recognize it at this site.
Spreading seas.
Spreading seas, yeah. So not a good end. Nothing good
Literally
to
has
deal.
no action. Also, is not as worried as I am about Liliana.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Graziano-
didn't bolt end of turn. It is not
Graziano,
bolting
Graziano
this
took
turn.
away the cryptic command. I not agree with that choice.
Well,
Because
cryptic command is the only way Graziano has to deal with Liliana. Basically, he cannot deal with Liliana unless he just has like a bolt and a Snapcaster Mage or a cryptic command just to bounce it. So, because of Graziano's mistake on turn 2, now is on the back foot for the whole game.
yeah. And he's got a Liliana that is very difficult to. Yeah. Now it discards.
Also, when he decided to play Peak and he actually discarded Bolt, that means he cannot. He can only like bolt Liliana.
He discards spreading
just
seas.
just not to go
Spreading seas
close to
discarded.
the ultimate.
Now he fetches and he plays on the flashback of Lingering Soul, as we previewed. And now he's gonna get a
actually
remand.
mess with remand.
Yeah. I would, if I was Di Vincenzo, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, the critic command was very strong, but also this remand is a key card because allows Graziano to see another card, to keep him away from the two tokens of lingering and try to recover.
Fatto spostare il cimitero perché non si vedeva una mazza.
Now he fetched in response to obviously to the end of turn after countering with remand the lingering soul, and now he's trying to accumulate mana and try to fix this game. It is compromised by that choice of Serum Vision Sorcery. It wasn't a real deal, that kind of.
Now, how can he actually come back from here? How can he win the game?
He can
could-
force a
could-
combo.
You can basically, the best possible draw you can have is like a Snapcaster Mage or something that
Yeah,
something that can attack Liliana.
yeah.
Obviously,
Or another
he
cryptic
does
common.
have land number 4, and he does have a Talent Time
He got
and the Spreading Seas,
he got
which
some
he
search.
actually discarded. So, like, it doesn't really have much action. He's facing a Siege Rhino coming down
Yeah.
on Graziano, on Di Vincenzo's side, but Di Vincenzo doesn't really have to do anything. Like, you can just
I
keep
think
pumping
that-
his Liliana of the
I
Veil
think that will
and
not play
win the game on the back of the
we-
ultimate.
as he did against Angelo. I don't think he's gonna force the Siege Rhino, staying open with decay, because he knows that if Graziano top decked with remand, a combo piece can.
Yeah, there's obviously there are a few cards that Di Vincenzo wouldn't mind discarding.
Yeah.
Like, he does have 2 cards in hand, but
Yeah.
he can easily keep the Rhino and
Discard
keep the
decay.
DK,
Yeah. Or
and just
discard the
discard
card he
whatever
just drew.
whatever lands he draws.
Yeah.
If it's like a random land or a card that doesn't do much. Like, if, for example, now
Another Rhino. So
at this moment in time, like, you still want to put your Liliana up. and he does know what Graziano hands look like.
Now,
So now I do think it's
Yeah,
the time
Rhino.
to actually play Rhino.
yeah.
See what happens, meet
Another
with
remand.
Remand, and now just discard. And you probably still discard Rhino anyway.
Graziani's got a Snapcaster Mage, which is a very good draw.
Snapcaster Mage is a really good draw at this time.
Now he can
The
easily
question is he gonna play Snapcaster Mage at the end of turn?
to do 2 damage to Liliana and
Because
gold.
he can actually kill Liliana
Yeah.
effectively. Or he could just say go. And actually play Snapcaster Mage on Remand the following turn.
Or he could make bolt and then snap bolt.
He could also do that.
Is not bad.
The thing is, like, with Snapcaster Mage, you can actually, on the following turn, you can just Snapcaster
Stay
into
open
Remand.
also.
You can just stay open, Snapcaster Remand on the Siege Rhino. But the thing is, I would say luckily Di Vincenzo drew a second Siege Rhino. So
Mhm.
the fact that he could discard one Siege Rhino,
Mhm.
now Graziano
He
does
can-
not have
yeah,
perfect
yeah.
information on what his
And
hand
in fact,
is.
he plays like that. No, it's still telling time. Plays telling time.
That is interesting.
I do actually like
Drew
telling time
Splinter
over.
He drew
Over
the
this
combo
here.
pieces.
So
He drew the
I
combo
actually-
pieces.
I actually really like the telling time play. What's gonna happen here is gonna leave. Yeah, I actually agree that telling time is quite bad in Twin, but in this case, I mean, it worked out to be okay. I mean, he found both combo pieces, and he can actually just discard bold, keeping. Well, he does have the combo piece, first of all, and second of all, he could also like Snapcaster Remand and
Mhm.
attack Liliana instead
Yeah.
if he wants to.
He's gonna
He just
bolt
decides to
Liliana,
bolt Liliana
snap and bolt, I think.
and Snapcaster bolt Liliana and just kill it.
Yeah. His plan is to. I think he knows that Di Vincenzo has only one card in hand, and he drew another.
This is not bad.
So the problem for Graziano now is that he's facing a Siege Rhino
And he didn't
and
know.
he's facing an Abrupt Decay. So you cannot possibly combo out at this moment in time.
Yeah. Probably didn't know that Graziano had both the beater and the solution to the combo. So now he's got another snappy. He's got
Well, at this moment, his best play is actually to try and erase the Siege Rhino. Like
yeah. Now
he
he's
can,
got
he can actually like Snapcaster Remand. Well, not in this case because obviously he's facing
hierarch,
a Yarrow.
noble hierarch for
So basically, he's got a 3-turn clock.
Exarch.
Yeah, if you can actually beat that 3-turn clock, which is not impossible, because like
Exarch that taps out Rhino. And now he's gonna try.
now he can attack for free. I mean, he's got a 6-turn
Mm.
clock, but he
Mm.
also has a Snapcaster Mage,
Yeah,
and he also just drew the Splinter Twin as well.
yeah. But the problem is that
I would say one of his best plays here is just trying to raise the Siege Rhino until the Di Vincenzo is kind of forced to Abrupt Decay something and trying to combo out. The problem is he does know that Di Vincenzo has Abrupt Decay.
who fears.
Well, I think he does now because he actually saw it with Peak.
Yeah, correct.
He saw it with
So-
Peak, so he does know about Abrupt
Why
Decay.
he forced the combo?
Well, he's not forcing the combo. I mean, his best move here is just to keep attacking for free.
No, it's
And
Passed away with a snap and caster
I
image.
don't like this play at all.
No.
I don't see how you can actively block the Siege Rhino here. He's attacking with a 5/6, so I really don't get it.
5/6.
Probably he's jump blocking with
I'm a bit surprised here. I really have no idea what's going on.
Anyway, it depends on Di Vincenzo choose. I mean,
Well, he does have abrupt decay, so any way Graziano wants to block, he can just 3-4-1 hit.
He's got double block, and instead he's get a decay.
So
Obviously,
he basically
on
decays the
inside.
1-4, and he gets
And he
four
lo- and
four
he
trample
loses.
damage,
and he loses the snap.
and he basically loses his board, and now he has no
Bad
way
play
of.
here.
Well, honestly, this is just a 2-4-1 for decay.
Maybe he wanted to force Graziano.
Well, maybe it's just
Di
a way to
Vincenzo
force him
to
to decay him, so the next turn he can just play Snapcaster
Yeah.
Mage and
you can mix
And
Snapcast
kick it, and,
at
Yeah.
time,
yeah. But then again now,
tell in time.
so it's basically trying to combo him out
Yeah.
with freelance.
He
Not gonna
wanted,
happen.
he wanted to get rid of this decay to try to force out with the talent time to find something to use with the twin. So now the problem is that he's got only a Splinter Twin and
So now he's actually going for Splinter Twin on
on the
Snapcaster Mage,
Snapcaster.
and he meets with a second decay, and he scoops. To be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, he cannot beat double decay. But
Never.
still, well, he can never beat double decay. But still, I think the best path to victory was just to try and raise the Siege Rhino attacking for free, and possibly keep drawing in to keep
No.
cryptic commands and Pestermites.
Vamdak is asking if you think that anticipate is better than telling time, for example.
Well, the thing with anticipate and telling time, I think telling time it's actually better with, well, when you got no hand, obviously. Honestly, I think telling time is just a horrible card anyway. Like you do see
I don't
free
like
cards, you see free cards and you just put one of them back. So if you're just seeing three really crap cards, like you still have to keep one. Unless obviously you're playing with loads of fetchland, then you can just put one back and shuffle it back again. So I don't see like it makes a huge difference. I think for 2 manas you can actually get better cards than that.
Now we are boarding. Let's see how it goes. And Graziano I think he's gonna board the same thing he boarded. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of cards. As we said many times, you cannot, even if you want, you cannot decide to beat junk. There's no particular card that destroys the strategy of junk. Aside of, I don't know, obstinate ballot or something like that.
Well, the thing is like game 1, if he actually played properly and played remand on turn 2 on Liliana, he would have never worried about Liliana anymore. Like, he could actually, with Di Vincenzo's hand, he could have played the tempo deck. I mean, he could have just played his Snapcaster Mages into bolts,
Yeah.
into telling times, into remands, and just try to beat the tempo beatdown deck. Because he did have a way of dealing with Liliana and Lingering Soul and just bouncing him back.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't really have to make that play. And then at some point, even afterwards, he could actually try and raise the Rhino. I mean, it obviously wasn't easy, and he couldn't beat the second abrupt decay. But still, like, he didn't actually make a try, and just try to double block it with your combo piece.
was showing the board strategy, but anyway, now it's Graziano is gonna start to play,
Yeah.
and he's gonna try to recover, but it's the same story. It's you have to be able to counter the free mana spell of junk. That is lingering, that is Liliana. If you don't counter that spell, and he gonna leave him the board, you never recover from the board, because after arrives the Rhino, and you have deal to deal with the Rhino, and you run after
Yeah,
junk.
the thing is, you cannot run after junk. Obviously, Blue Red Twin is a tempo deck. It doesn't have permanent solution to
Yeah.
things. It does not play Wrath of Gods. It does not play
Solutions.
really
Real
good,
solution.
really good spot removals. Like it does not play Path to Exile.
Yeah,
So obviously, like there's no way the deck can deal with a 4/5.
yeah.
There's no
You have
way
to
the
play
deck
on
can
the time,
actually. Yeah,
on
he
the
has
tempo.
to. He has to time his plays nicely. Post board, I mean, it gets slightly better maybe because of
Because White
Keranos.
Slash.
Yeah, it does play better spot removals. It does play Keranos, which helps. It does play
White
uh,
Slash, but is 4
Butterskull, but we
damage.
do know that also Junk plays Butterskull.
Yeah.
So,
So even if the same card, it have a different value in the two decks. Anyways, Di Vincenzo on the play, I think it kept not a.
he kept like a normal hand that you don't mulligan, but it's not too exciting.
Let's see the end of Graziano. He's got Blood Moon. He's got, I think I saw a Blood Moon.
Yeah, it does have Blood Moon.
But
It
he's
does-
got
it
only
does-
an island.
It does have, I think
Or
it's
another
got
land. Oh, maybe another
two
land.
lands exert.
Yeah.
Um,
So
Remand.
no, he's got another land. So he's a pretty good hand. He's got Remand. He's got plenty of space. I think he got Keranos too. And instead, Di Vincenzo,
Let's try and have a look at the
the usual hand without.
his usual
a
hand
discounting.
without
He
any
do-
action
he
and
doesn't
just a
like-
reaction.
The first turn, discard. He never draws it. He's got choke. He's got.
Now it's pretty interesting to
he's
say
got-
that both
He's got ooze.
both players are actually boarding in different similar cards.
Yeah.
Like they're boarding in cards like Blood Moon and Choke, which are both
Definitive
very
solutions.
effective
Yeah.
once they hit the board.
Yeah.
The difference between Junk and Twin is that Junk can actually deal with enchantments, while Twin cannot deal with Choke once Choke is on the board.
Yeah. Ooze. And.
Ooze
yeah,
meets
man.
Remand.
Well,
Well,
not a
it,
good
it was
choice,
it was
yeah.
actually pretty wise for Di Vincenzo to fetch for a basic island. And now what Gret's
There's a
gonna
Blood
slam the Blood Moon.
on the board.
It's just gonna slam the Blood Moon on the board. And what is gonna happen next is that Di Vincenzo is gonna slam the Choke on the board.
Yeah.
And the fact that
is that
Di Graziano
Choke,
actually fetched for a second basic island
obviously.
make things really worse for him.
Yeah. And he's obviously fetching for the second basic island to have 2 mana with to play
And that's it.
around.
He
That's
does
a
play
Blood
he
Moon,
does play
but
Blood Moon with satisfaction, but what's gonna happen now is that Di Vincenzo is basically
He's got
he's got the game.
He's got
This
a
game is getting
surprise.
very ugly because of Choke. Okay, Graziano is not happy.
Graziani clearing. Or
Absolutely not happy now. He does not even have.
He knows that
Follow
now
play?
for him is very hard to play.
I don't.
around
Yeah,
Choke.
I don't think he has a way to come back from here. It only depends like how many plays Di Vincenzo has. I think Di Vincenzo has another Scavenging Ooze. I mean, this Scavenging Ooze that has been remanded, but it does not have another creature. Also, it does not have other basic lands. So
I think he had.
He does not have any other basic plans. He only has like the forest
Another
land.
ruse. This is
So
a
he just has a
problem.
who's.
This is a problem.
It's basically a turn.
This could be a
10,
killer.
10 turn clock. 10 turns to
Hmm.
just
Maybe
find
less.
anything.
Maybe less.
The fact is,
Why
like,
would-
Di Vincenzo cannot.
Why you put it the line tapped at the
It does come left tapped.
Removes okay, the Riemann, correct, for Snapcaster, possible in the future.
Yeah,
As
in
you
the very
see,
far
choke
future.
choke is far more effective than
Yeah.
Blood Moon here, obviously.
Yeah, the problem is, like, even though Di Vincenzo cannot play any other
He can
card
play
in
both.
hand.
He can play the bolts, he can play Wise Slash, he can play
He has some cards.
he had some cards but not much cards.
Yeah, I'm talking about Di Vincenzo with Jack. He's not able to
Another
play. Oh, he does
another
throw
ruse.
another threat, which is a single green threat. Basically, he's not able to play Lingering Soul. He's not able to play.
Good top decks.
You don't play Tarmo? No.
But he does have Dharma. But these are basically 8 cards that he can play. He cannot play any Lingering Soul, any
Boom.
Liliana, any Siege Rhino.
Probably he will
He can literally only play Tarmogoyf.
he will finish
and,
out winning
and
with the uses. Graziano now is very
So he's
Graziano is basically locked from his own Blood Moon.
yes.
Very hard lock and beat style. Very strong.
Very strong. Very complicated situation now. And now it's a 7 and not easy situation. Graziano now he desperately needs a lightning bolt or something, but he kept drew blue
just
cards.
Just blue. That's quite a punishment.
Sorry.
Also,
That is quite a punishment, a basic swamp.
oh,
Basic swamp.
he was
Ugly.
What?
Ugly. Boom.
Hold on a second. What just happened?
Is it crazy?
Hold on a
He
second.
decayed.
Something really strange just happened.
Is it crazy?
He decayed the
This is
blood
crazy.
moon.
He just decided to decay the Blood Moon that was locking him on.
Not a good choice
I
here.
don't- I
You
don't
can
even.
lose the game now.
No,
He just
no,
couldn't-
because he still have a choke, and I mean, if Graziano does something, but
he has,
probably he
now he has two blue
Yes.
fonts.
Yeah, but now we can actually go for
Echo in truth
a coin through from. Oh
on
my
the
God.
choke.
This is a very
If Di Vincenzo can lose this
critical
game,
shoes.
if Di Vincenzo can lose this game, he's just done.
Yeah, honestly. Honestly, if he can
There's
actually,
a way to lose this game.
honestly, he's very far away from losing the game.
3x.
He's very far away from losing the game, but
But
he's
it's
definitely
risky.
trying to give Graziano a hand.
Yeah,
Also, I can truth, and you don't cast in response.
yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Strange.
He could have actually just cast in response, or he could actually Exar and tap one of them, and then just.
Storm era un po' diverso dalle
Storm.
queste classiche, non so se l'hanno detto.
No.
And now he's gonna get rid of.
So he's got 3 Exarchs, 1 Remand, 1 Echo in Truth.
He's got to keep.
He's actually
Mm.
taking out one of the 3 Exarchs.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Honestly, I'm not satisfied with the
But
way he's
another
playing.
toad says
Exar.
now.
Hmm?
Graziano says
Ah,
you can broke my blood moon because I'm losing, and the other okay, let's try.
this is a fun format, friends format,
Friends trying to help each other.
and Exarch at the end of it too.
And we could lose.
Mhm. Mhm. Now he's gonna.
Okay, we have the key. This is incredible.
And
I mean, I understand he's on
To 5 lives.
5 lives total, but like honestly, is basically giving him access to blue mana,
Yeah.
which you would have never had.
Yeah. Now he's got the decay that he can use on the two oozes,
Yeah.
on the choke, on everything he's got. And he drew another land, Serum Vision. He's got Hidden Charm.
It's a charm.
It's a charm.
It's not
Yeah. He can get rid of one of his gods now on top. Spellskite and a fetch land.
a bad card.
Honestly, is literally just digging for engineered explosives.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but the
basically the
problem
only
is-
card that can take him out of the situation is engineered explosives and getting.
The
rid
only
of
thing he
the,
can-
of the
Okay,
others.
he can-
Also,
No, he can intrude from the
the
tomb.
coin, we could take one turn.
Oh, he
Yeah,
can
it's
intrude.
basically he's got
he's
the
got-
time walk
he's-
with that control.
Yeah, he's got the time
Um,
walk, and he can arrange
Also,
something.
he's not actually dead.
Mhm.
If he just plays one, like another, let's say, Mastermind or a
Mhm.
Exarch.
An
case.
exorc. But you don't have because
He is actually dead if he does so,
Yes.
because he's now at 3.
free.
Yes. Now he's quite bad.
He's,
Why?
now he's forced to play Echo Intrude on the
Now
because
he's
he
absolutely
can-
on the
no,
oozes.
He can, I don't know, he can use Exarch. He has another Exarch.
No,
Well,
He's
no, because
got-
he had 3 and all of
he's
them were
got
discarded.
Greenland. He's
So
got
what's gonna happen here is basically it's just gonna echo in truth the oozes just to have them played again
yeah. I don't know
and basically
why
time walking into
He could also-
death.
he played the he played the land untapped because being an island, if he played tapped,
Yeah,
yeah,
he would have never got access.
would have
But,
never.
but the Oppo drew the Rhino, so the game is over.
Did you just throw Rhino?
I think.
Echo Intrude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
drove a Rhino.
Yeah, just to make
Well,
sure. He
it's
just threw a Rhino.
it's a good Di Vincenzo top decking. It's a good top decking Di
Quite
Vincenzo.
good, yes.
To be honest with you,
He tried to reopen the
I'm
game.
I'm very surprised.
Yes.
I'm very
He
very
tried to
surprised.
open back the game Di Vincenzo, but didn't.
Yeah, he tried to help him out,
There
and-
was some strange shows. There was some strange shows.
He tried to
The-
say let's
The
see.
decay on Blood Moon was very funny.
Yeah, the game on Blood Moon was absolutely senseless. He just played it for no reason at all. Like, he wasn't in any rush to play any other spells.
There
Anyway.
was a reason for the show.
Just for the showmanship, showing that he didn't actually need.
Let's
Blood
see
Moon
how we
to
can
win.
do without the choke. Without the blood. Anyway, so Di Vincenzo and the guy with.
So the final is gonna be between Di Vincenzo with Junk and Pascal Wagner with Storm.
Yeah. And now
Do I have to be honest? This wasn't the best semi-final of a tournament I've ever seen. It wasn't the best one. We've seen a misplay in game 1 with with like not being open with remand and just with 2 manas just playing Serum Vision and saying go and just being hit by a Liliana turn 3 instead of just being open with remand and eventually a peak just in case the opponent didn't play any spell on turn 3, which was actually quite unlikely anyway. And then eventually succumbing to a couple of abrupt decays. And in game 2, we just saw Di Vincenzo actually playing an abrupt
very satisfied.
an abrupt decay on his opponent's Blood Moon, which was actually preventing his own owner to actually have access to blue mana anyway.
I think that they want to play for the
glory. Okay, so Vale will play the final.
The
I
final
remember
will
to you,
actually
the final
be played.
will be Di Vincenzo with Junk against Wagner with Blue-Red Storm. So the final will be played, and we will be the last coverage of today, obviously, because it's the final. So
We come back in a few minutes.
We will be back for the finals in just about 5 minutes. Storm against Junk,
Yeah.
and see what happens.